Cheapest flight ever? Just call us or click on the description below. Cheap flights. Airline companies, likewise described as no-frills or reduced prices. Airline companies are airlines that give cheapest trips travel prices by marketing the majority of their aboard solutions such as freight transportation, dishes as well as seats booking. The inexpensive airlines must not be confused with routine airline companies that giving seasonal discounted fares. A history of cheap flights. Airline companies. Low-cost flight airline companies were begun in 1971 by an American airline companies called Southwest Airlines. In 1994, 3 million vacationers chose to utilize the cheap flights as well as the data. Skies soared in the next year. 1995 saw over 17.5 million tourists relocate from the regular airlines to the low-price flights airlines in a bid to get the cheapest flight. Numerous mainstream airline companies have actually either changed to the low-cost price flights organization or have actually opened up franchise business to catch this expanding demand. Case in point is British Airways that founded their cheap flights airline subsidiary called Go. KLM likewise started a franchise for reduced fare trips called Buzz. Buzz was purchased by Ryanair and also Go by EasyJet after the former owning airline companies videotaped losses from these cheap flight subsidiaries. Today, EasyJet and also Ryanair are the most successful reduced rates flights business running in Europe. With the economic recession as well as the hard appeal the airline companies sector, experts project that the fad on low-cost price trips will continue to turn into the future. They predict that reduced rates trips will certainly likewise take the lengthy remote routes which are currently predominated by the huge regular airlines. Exactly how the cheap flights manage their expenses. The cheap flights airline companies have the ability to have the most affordable flights for numerous factors. These airlines will mostly arrive at airports that are smaller and also have less expensive expenses for landing and also parking. They additionally sell their tickets straight without reliance on third-party representatives and thus decreasing on payment costs. The aircrafts additionally lessen on their onboard team by having no meals or cash dishes offered. No dishes means that much less cleaning expenses and also food storage space expenses. The aircrafts will typically have little or no considering that they usually have the cheapest trips. The flights are mostly full and they lessen on their loading as well as offloading time at flight terminals. These airplanes have one traveling course to alleviate on administration costs and also the business make use of brand new airplanes to decrease on upkeep costs. Exactly how to get the most inexpensive flights for your traveling. Despite having the cheap flights airlines, you can manage your travel to time the most inexpensive deals as well as for that reason reduce further on your traveling costs. Booking way in development. At least 2 weeks before your traveling will certainly in many cases reduce on your fare fees. Airlines will usually boost on their prices as the day of traveling nears. Since there are no middlemen with these airline companies, all you need to do is go to the airline's website and also book for the air ticket and pay using credit card. You can additionally publication as well as pay by calling their telephone call centers. The most inexpensive trips are normally on weekdays in between Monday as well as Thursday. Weekend break fares are usually higher as the need is also high. You must likewise attempt and reserve the very early morning and late in the night trips as these flights have much less demand and also as a result lower prices. When scheduling as well as contrasting prices, You need to remember the tax obligations imposed on the tickets. Some cheap flights airline companies will have the prices suggested inclusive of tax obligations. Cheap flights airline companies, likewise referred to as no frills or low prices airline companies, are airlines that provide most inexpensive flights take a trip rates by marketing most of their on-board services such as cargo transportation, seats and also meals scheduling. The low-cost airlines must not be confused with normal airlines that supplying seasonal affordable fares. Unlike the routine airline companies, these airlines continuously offer low-cost trip. Airlines were begun in 1971 by an American Airlines called Southwest Airlines. 1995 saw over 17.5 million vacationers relocate from the routine airline companies to the low-price trips airline companies in a proposal to get the cheapest flights. Cheapest flight ever. Just call us or click on the description below.